One. Hey everybody, again, Baseball America Prospect Pad. I'm John Manuel with Corey Ray of the Milwaukee Brewers organization, number 5 overall pick last year. Corey, then you've jumped right in to high class A. You started last year in Brevard County. Now you're with the Carolina Mudcats, and this team's pretty loaded. You guys are kind of rolling deep with prospects this year.
Yep, it's definitely a fun team to play on. I'm learning a lot from those guys as they've been in pro ball a little bit longer than I have. But just to come to the ball field every day is fun.
You got yourself, you got Lucas Urseg, who's from the same draft class as you. You got Jacob Gatewood just dropping like monster shots. The guy throwing BP, I already forgot his name, he told me earlier, but told me that guy's the first guy he's seen hit one over the scoreboard. You can confirm that he hits them over the scoreboard at the Mudcats ballpark?
Yeah, definitely. And actually, Troy Stokes hit one over the scoreboard in a game.
Oh my!
Probably one of the furthest home runs I've ever hit. So we're talented, versatile. We've got some speed. Guys hit towering bombs. It's a fun team to play for.
Troy Stokes is the name we haven't heard as much about, but this is a guy with some significant, sounds like big time power himself. And you played with some dudes with that kind of power at Louisville, I'm assuming. I mean, Brendan McKay just had this College Player of the Year, incredible year. I have to imagine, though, that you're probably glad you weren't on a Louisville team that went all blonde like that, right?
Yeah, I was. When I saw that, I was debating whether or not when I played there, if I would have done that or not, or if any other of the guys would have done it. But I'm glad I didn't have to.
Now, Lincoln Hensman, the closer, took his hat off for me, and he just went red. But he liked his hair too much. He said to go blonde. But Bordner went completely blonde. But I mean, you had to be excited for your old mates going to the College World Series this year. Dan McDonald's our College Coach of the Year. Just what's a couple things that you think of when I say Dan McDonald? What did he do in your mind to earn that kind of award from us?
He gets the best out of his players. No matter what, guys who go in there and they're under the radar a little bit, but they end up being, big-time college players. He challenges you and he gets the best out of you. And, I heard him yell. He yelled at me one time in my 3 years there. So he knows how to communicate with the players, and it's not, too high or too low, or he never gets too mad.
All right, now, Futures game, is this your first trip to Miami, and at least maybe not on the road for Louisville at Miami series, but first time you're going to get to see the city a little bit? What are you looking forward to here this weekend?
I'm just looking forward to playing. Playing against the talent that'll be in that ballpark tomorrow is exciting, and in front of the fans and in that great ballpark. I'm excited.
Who's the toughest pitcher that you've faced so far in your career, whether it's college or so far in pro balls, or somebody who really stands out above the rest?
Nobody really stands out. I guess Rodon. Okay. Rodon was tough. He's got a good slider, but nobody really stands out as being, wow, that's the toughest pitcher I faced.
So you faced Carlos at the end of his college career. We just had Derek Fisher in here earlier, and I always remember Derek, the first time I saw him face Carlos, he took him out to left center field. I was like, okay, that guy's a guy. But I mean, like, was there a time in your college career where you said to yourself, okay, I do belong here. Like, I'm going to be somebody. Was there a moment where you realized, yeah, I can do this. This is going to work?
Yeah, definitely. I'll never forget it. And I probably won't forget it because he's in the Brewers organization now. But my sophomore year, our first year in the ACC, we go to Virginia, and we've got to face Nathan Kirby. Yep. He's a lefty, and everyone's talking about how good he is, and I put him in the stands. And that made me relax a little bit. I think it was my first collegiate grand slam, and being off Nathan Kirby, that's something that I'll remember forever.
Not bad. And we had Lewis Brinson in here earlier from the Brewers organization. He said that the vibe when the big league team is winning like it is now, the vibe of the organizations, he said you can feel it a little bit. Do you feel that, sense that a little bit? It's supposed to be a rebuilding organization, but right now you guys are first place in the big leagues.
Yeah, definitely. We're all surprised. You practice with those guys in spring training, and you see how talented they are, and you hear how they're supposed to be this and they're supposed to be that, but in your heart that they're a little bit better than everyone's saying that they are.
Yeah, well, you guys sensed that in spring training, and you were right. The future is bright in Milwaukee. The future is bright is your Twitter handle. Corey Ray, I'm John Manuel here at the Baseball America Prospect Pad.